Okay, by the way, so this is the actual design that I drew to show to the client. And here's, for example, here's a side view, the front view, and the back view. So you can kind of see get an idea of what it's going to, as to the way it's going to look, actually. So here's a style, like a safari style with zebra hide. This is a little bit more plainer with a little bit different color in the stitching or piping. And this is more Santa Fe with the conchos. And of course, she loved all of them, but we only picked 2 or 3. This one for sure. She liked that because here, what I'm doing, I'm adding color to it, a little contrast to make it a little bit more busier, but with color tone instead of construction, because the construction itself is real plain, and that's what's really nice about it. But then we take advantage of that and we add brindle hide with regular leather, brown leather, embossed regular leather, pull-up leather, and then we put some fringe on the bottom and some nail heads, and that's the idea. So this is the original design that I actually showed the customer, and she loved it. So here's a sofa that we also designed for the same customer, Western theme, very unique, very different. This sofa is semicircle in the back. I'll show you some more details here if I can find it. But this is kind of the way I start sketching my space on any chair, seat, whatever I'm coming up with, just to make sure that it's comfortable to the human body. Once we go there and then start drawing the unit itself, I figured that, look, this would look nice if it had an end table next to that with wrought iron and a lamp to match. So here are the bodies that we built already, and they're solid forged metal, wrought iron. They're 1/2 inch, very, very nice, heavy enough, and they'll have the wood top on top of it with copper, and we're going to make a hole that goes right through the center so you can run your lamp cable on the center of the table, and that way you don't take away from the lower structure by having a cable hanging on the side of the table or around the table. That way the focal point would be the lamp itself and how unique it is in the way that it's all compatible to each other from hiding the cable as well. So that's the idea. And here's my details about the lamp, the way I show it to my customer, the height, thickness, and what we're going to call it as far as how we're going to identify it on the invoice. So as furniture designers, this is very important that you can draw this immediately. When you're with your client, you want to be able to draw as fast as possible because they're excited and they're focused on what you're telling them. And there's no other better way than to show it to them with illustrations. Okay, here's another wall unit. This unit itself, I designed for this person that needed a wall unit, semicircle. So this one actually, there's a wall, and this is going to sit right about there, just like that. So I hope by my shading you can see that it's semicircle, and here it is actually. So it's in the final finish stages. They're working on the front drawer, but here you can see what we did, the carving. Everything looks exactly like the way I drew this furniture. What we did, we got together and we decided that copper would be a good way to give it a contrast. And this copper, it's all hand hammered. Each the little round circle you see is actually a blow, a hammer blow. And then you can see the patina, how it came out really, really nice. And the patina, it's all created with heat. So it's a technique that copper workers use a lot. But as furniture designer, I want to make sure that it's not sharp, or that if you put your hands, your fingers underneath it, you're going to cut yourself or catch your finger. No, this is very smooth in the bottom, and it's so uniform all the way around, even on the back. And the copper sits perfectly straight on the surface of the unit itself. That's our responsibilities as furniture designers, and that make sure we get all the details that we're looking for the antique-ish look. The theme itself, that's what we represent. We are responsible for making furniture to look the way we explained it to our customer. Again, these are details that furniture designers had to deal with all the time. And it is our responsibility to be able to create this theme for them. All this is new wood. Everything is all brand new, kiln dry, solid timber wood, all of it. But it's our job to make it look the way we describe the theme to be like. And that's when they get very, very happy when they see the furniture and it's, oh my God, perfect, I love it. All right, I found it. So anyway, going back to the one I was showing you, this is the lower unit, and this is the lower unit right there. So you can see it now in real life, so you can see what it looked like. You can see the color, the finish, the brands. These are the brands that we used in the past through our customers. A lot of these customers are people that we built furniture, and we have marked the furniture with their brand. It's kind of like a unique thing to do. So we have tons of brands. So this is pretty cool. I could probably, I know that this one here is from the Wild Ranch in Texas, Hill Country. This is a Pitchfork Ranch, also in the Panhandle, I believe. This is the Diamond brand for the Santa Fe Ranch, I believe, located somewhere in South Texas. And this is the Copa Ranch, also located in South Texas. Customers that we've worked with in the past and used their brand. So, and here's another brand that we don't like to use too much, but it's a good brand. It's the Keene Ranch from South Texas. So we're going to be real selective. We actually started manufacturing furniture for the Keene Ranch from the very beginning. They were the ones that gave me the opportunity, actually, because I started designing furniture for them, and turned out to be a good ride while it lasted. And the whole idea was to really create furniture like the way we're creating right now, very unique. But as you can tell, so this is the lower part. We're going to look for that later on, and I'll show you the base of it, because that one does take metal, and it does take the lasso.